Hey guys, my name is Jermaine, but people know me mainly as Phase2. I'm a sneaker collector from Alaska.
So why would you choose to collect PEs? Do you think there is several different period for a shoe collector?
Yeah.
Maybe I just buy the shoes I wear and then I buy some maybe limited edition and then maybe I will find a player that I love.
That's a good question. Collecting PEs is not for everybody because I know a lot of people who are like, why the hell do you collect player exclusives? You can't wear cleats. You can't wear shoes that are size 16.
Yeah.
You know? And that's true. But for me, it's always been quality over quantity, and I personally love all these colorways that, are made for players. I might not like the player, but I love the colors made for the player. I want to have that shoe in my collection. It's cool to have a shoe that's in a box that you open up and you can examine. I love taking photos, so having the option to photograph an object that you really love is great. And it's also the thrill of the hunt. It's fun to track these pairs down. It gets expensive, but I hardly buy anything these days, but it's like, would you rather buy 3 pairs of general release shoes or save a little bit and sacrifice and wait until a player exclusive that you've been looking for years comes up?
Yeah.
Take your pick. I mean, for me, it's both. I buy shares and yeah. Even today, I don't even think I have a Jordan 11 high that I could wear regularly. I mean, I have a couple of cleats and really rare samples, but like a general really. Oh, actually, I take that back. I have a Space Jam, but I don't have like a 11 high to wear because I have to make a sacrifice. I'm not rich. I can't afford everything. So that's where I came from. Collecting player exclusives isn't for everyone. If that's what you want, by all means do it. More power to you. But just because you have a bunch of player exclusives doesn't make your collection better than anyone else's. It's just your collection. You know what I mean? How do you compare your collection to someone else's? I mean, is your stuff more rare? Cool, but that doesn't mean it's better than someone else's collection. There's so many thousands and thousands of pairs of shoes. You have collector A who loves all this vintage stuff, all these old SMUs, these old Nike SMUs. You have this guy who only collects white and white Air Force Ones. He has every year a white and white Air Force One comes out.
Yeah.
Who has more love? Or that, or someone who has a bunch of money who buys just because it's very rare? I mean, they might have a crazy collection if you look at it, but at the end of the day, whose collection is better? I mean, you can't judge that.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Will there be one day if you stop collecting shoes?
Yeah. There is going to be a day. I don't know when, but...
Can you imagine that?
Yeah. It's just rubber. Rubber outsoles, leather uppers. That's it. There's more to life than shoes.
But you still continue doing this?
Yeah. I probably can't tell you a good reason, but I do it because I love the actual objects and products, and I'm a consumer at heart. I love, like I said, it's just fun. I've met so many people through footwear, and there's a guy who said this quote. He said, "I own my shoes. My shoes don't own me." And that's true. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just shoes.
Yeah.
It's a necessity. You need shoes to wear, when you're walking the streets.
Among all your PE shoes,
Yeah.
Which detail? There are something special. Maybe a stitch, maybe a number, maybe a special colorway.
Yeah.
Something like that. Which one is the impressive one? Detail.
A detail on a PE?
Yeah.
That's a good question. So this is a Jordan 11 cleat made for Deion Sanders. There's all these details that are on the shoe that a lot of people don't know. It's got his baseball number on the tongue. It says Prime, where it usually says, Jumpman Jordan.
Yes.
But the detail that really jumped out at me was the fact that he was able to put a cross on the pull tab.
Whoa.
And the fact that a Jordan 11 even has a pull tab is crazy.
Yeah.
because regular Jordan 11s don't have pull tabs. So the fact that he was able to do that, or maybe request it, it's kind of crazy.
Cool.
Not sure if you can do that today. I mean, a cross is kind of questionable because of religion, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. What about show us your own PE23?
Oh man, I don't even think
I did his homework on you.
You're good. I don't have it here.
Oh yeah.
It's probably in. I have more shoes in the garage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's boxed up somewhere.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool pair.
Oh, cool.
It's a Pegasus.
Maybe that's stitching or?
No, I'm sure it's just. I'm not sure how they put it on there, but there's a backstory to this pair that I probably won't talk about, but it's kind of a cool pair.
It's not a regular Nike ID, right?
No.
It is, but it isn't. Yeah, like I said, there's a backstory, but I like this pair a lot.
That's very bold.
You cannot tell us why you can do this, right?
Probably not. No, but yeah, that 23 PE that you're talking about, the custom, that's the only custom I have in my collection. It was done by my friend Jake in Texas. JW Dancliffs. He's a good guy. I wish I had it here to show you, but I don't.
You can tell the story behind it.
The base shoe was a UNC Jordan 23. You know, they released 3 during Black Friday. I believe. It's the one with the black side panel and like kind of a lighter blue TPU piece going around. I had my friend Jake paint the whole side white, so it looks like a completely different shoe.
Yeah.
Instead of a black side panel, it's white. And then I had another guy in New York laser my Phase 2 box logo on the side really big.
Oh, it's a laser.
It's lasered. It's not painted. The Phase 2 is actually lasered on there.
Stitching.
Yeah, so I was afraid of that, but everything worked out okay. I mean, I thought the stitching would, you know, ruin the structure of the shoe, but it was totally fine.
So how do you like custom kicks?
Custom shoes to me are cool. They're just not my thing.
Okay.
I mean, I appreciate the art and time it takes to make a shoe different, but it's not for me.
Okay.
I'd rather put that money towards something else. And that's the beauty of shoes, you know, like you could collect what you want. That's just not what I want. I put that money towards other shoes.
Have you bought a pair which is fake?
I have, and I got screwed. It was actually a pair of Jordan 1s that I thought were like a 1994 sample.
Yeah.
I couldn't get my money back, didn't want to sell them, so I just donated them. I figured someone else, maybe someone homeless or someone who doesn't have a lot of shoes, could get usage out of a pair even though it wasn't an authentic, sample. So I donated them.
So is there something different from the original release?
Yeah, it was the tag was supposed to be a 1994 retro, but the upper was a combination of black and a midnight navy almost. So it was like a black-blue combo with white tooling. I thought it was real.
How do you know that's a fake?
Well, I've had a lot of Jordan 1s in the past from '85, so that's why I chose this as my top 5 to represent that side of my collecting. I've had about 20 pairs of Jordan 1s from '85, so I know '85 1s. I know other collectors who love '85 1s, so I bought them, and I asked their legit check. I asked them to check the legitimacy after I bought them. They ended up being fake, and I couldn't do anything about it, so I donated them.
Okay.
Can you also talk about the story, legit checking some of the PEs? Remember we were talking about, back in the day there were actually people making fake PE or fake PE details.
Like Lou?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell a little bit about that craziness? I mean, obviously it's dated, but
Yeah.
I figure it's a cool story to share from your side, and especially
Jeez.
among other
Yeah.
PE and rare sample collectors.
That was weird. That was tough, because I actually, now that you bring that up, I bought a Lou pair. I threatened to file a lawsuit against him, and I got my money back. But I'll tell you more about that in a second. There was a guy named Lou who was on Nike Talk,
Mhm.
or actually, there was a thread on NikeTalk.com, a bunch of rare shoes being shopped around, and they ended up being real pairs that were kind of doctored up to make them look like they were PEs. So in a nutshell, a guy named Lou was buying a bunch of size 13, 13 and a half pairs, removing the size tag, customizing his FTPS size tags and stitching them on and making them look like actual player exclusives when in reality it was just a GR pair that was, I don't know, messed up.
Right?
Yeah. There was like Jordan 11s, some Jordan 1s, just a bunch of pairs that were real pairs but ended up not being what they were shopped around to be.
Yeah.
And
must be expensive, right?
yeah, he was getting thousands of dollars for each pair, and it was really bad for the industry. It was, or not industry, but for the the community, exactly. Yeah. It was bad because all of us who collected PEs were just like, what the hell? This is terrible. This is bad for the community, and no one bought anything for the next year because everyone was suspicious on if it was a Lou pair or not. The pair that I bought from Lou was a pair of Jordan 3s made of croc skin with a dunk sole. I don't know if you guys have seen that before.
I've seen that.
You've seen that pair.
Yes.
It's a Jordan 3 low, all croc skin with black Nike dunk tooling.
Was that the brown croc skin?
That was it, brown croc skin. I bought that pair, got them in. My friend Carter in China said, if whoever you got that from, bring it back. That pair is fake along with the black pony hair 4, because that was the same time. And I threatened to sue the guy, and he was like, send it back, I'll give you a little more on top of that. So Lou was really bad back then, and it's crazy because now all these fakes like from the factories are looking really good. Like shit. So that's why I don't legit check any shoes, because it probably could be a good pair, or I don't want my name thrown on that. Like, Phase 2 said it was a good pair. It ends up being a bad pair. That's why I mainly collect older PEs.
I know you have a bunch of Kyries, but
I love
I've
Kyrie.
never seen you having a bunch of LeBrons. I know you have some rare ones, but LeBron wise, I think you're always a little bit caught on LeBron.
I know, like, I got a lot of Kyries and Warrior colors. It's funny. I got Kyrie 2s and Warrior colors.
Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
I just thought.
Yeah, I mean, good call out. I knew exactly where this was, but yeah, I probably have like 4 pairs of Kyrie IDs. I even have a LeBron ID somewhere in Warriors colors. Yeah.
So
no
you
joke.
are like ID everything
I have.
in Warrior colors, right?
Oh man, I have a lot of different IDs. I have maybe 40, 30, 40 pairs of IDs.
Bespoke? Nike Lab
No,
bespoke?
I've never done a bespoke before. That's a goal of mine to do a bespoke, but I've never done one. But I have a lot of IDs, man. With ID, I love just the fact that you're empowered and you could do whatever you want. It's like having a PE made for you. I just like the idea of doing an ID. It's fun.
Talking about, obviously this is only an iceberg pick of your collection. Talking about on a daily basis, what are some of the kicks you normally rock?
Oh, that's a good question.
Stuff.
Well, it's tough. I mean, the weather here in Beaverton is crazy because it could rain one day, it could be sunny the next day. My go-to is a black cement 3. Like if I could have 50 pairs of black cement 3s, I'll be good to go.